Hello, my name is Erin Wimert, and I am here with the 7th and final video for our chakra series. Today, we're going to discuss the crown chakra, which is located just right above the top of the head. And this point of energy is associated with our connection to God, source, spirit, divine intelligence, love, awareness, whatever word you are most comfortable using and connecting to. This class is about connecting to that. That is what's beyond our physical form. When we connect to the crown chakra, we start to ask bigger questions about who am I? Why am I here? What's it all about? What's my purpose? We start to look beyond the body, beyond just our identity, and we start to ask, what am I really a part of? What's this all about? So meditation is typically the most efficient way to connect to God energy. When we get quiet, when we become still, we start to find that space between our thoughts where there's just raw awareness. And in that state of raw awareness, we can start to catch a glimpse of what we really are: Buddha nature, God energy, source energy. So we're not going to meditate for an entire hour. We will have a short yoga nidra practice at the end of this physical asana practice. We're going to work today with inversions. So getting the heart above the head, essentially upside down. What happens when we go upside down is A, we're more focused. B, fresh blood flows up to the top of the head, stimulating the brain, stimulating the crown chakra. When the brain is stimulated, we start to, again, ask questions, get curious about the beliefs that construct our reality. So with a healthy crown chakra, we can decide what we want to believe and what we don't want to believe. People who have been raised in organized religion, or you can think of like even cults, people who are told what to believe without questioning, that can really dampen our connection to the crown chakra. So we want to connect to our ability to ask questions, to see beyond what we're told, and to form our own ideas and beliefs. I think a big kicker for the crown chakra is realizing that we get to choose what we believe. So that can be a really big eye-opener for a lot of us. We're going to start with a short meditation. If you want to sit on a block, you can. Allow your eyes to close. And feel from the tailbone all the way up to the crown of the head, there's length. And we start to ask these really heady questions that can kind of blow our mind. It is possible to get lost in this wondering, this searching for something bigger than ourselves. So that is why it is so important to remain grounded, to have that steady connection to the root chakra. But before we begin our meditation, visualize that red cord wrapped around the tip of your tailbone, drawing down into the ground. Feel this red cord anchoring you. So in this moment, you feel very steady and stable, both physically and energetically. You're connecting to your inherent sanity. It's feeling connected to reality. And from this place of feeling grounded, let your awareness move up the spine to the top of the head and imagine that the crown of the head is opening. Right where our soft spot is or was. It's said that when we were first born and the top of our head was literally open, that's when we were most connected to Source, most connected to God. So we're remembering that feeling of being connected. As you visualize the top of your head opening, imagine this white light is moving inside the top of the head. white radiant light. And this light, this white light, it represents infinite knowledge. It represents awareness of everything. It represents something we can't completely put into words. Raw awareness, pure potential, God. And feel that this receiving of infinite knowledge happens from a place of stillness and silence. As you receive this white light at the top of the head, feel yourself letting go of attachment to body, attachment to your identity, attachment to any particular beliefs. Simply in the state of being and witnessing, observing your connection to source energy, the source energy that is everything. And there is not a bija mantra for this particular chakra, but there is a seed sound. NG, like the end of the word sing. So you could out loud just say to yourself, again, as if it were the end of the word sing, and feel that vibrate at the top of your head. Let's take one more breath in and out. And gently open your eyes and remove your support from beneath you. You can keep that nearby and come into a tabletop. Spread the fingers wide and just start to move through some cat-cows. Intending for this practice to be really meditative. An intention to catch a glimpse of something greater than just, again, the personality and the body. Going past that. And then feel free to add on any sort of additional movement. And find just one more breath cycle. Let's come into a child's pose. Bring the knees wide. Stretch the hips back. And walk your forehead down to the ground. So this is a really gentle inversion. The heart is above the head. And it said that when we stimulate the brain via inversions, we're able to promote higher thoughts of awareness, those profound ideas, those aha light bulb moments where we expand what we originally thought we knew and catch a glimpse of the bigger picture. Again, I think that for most of us, it's impossible to put God into words, but as we connect to the crown chakra, we can deepen our understanding. As you inhale, make your way to a tabletop. And then tuck your toes, lift the knees up, downward facing dog. And feel free to find some movement here. Again, this is a bigger inversion. You might notice that when you go upside down, your focus becomes a little sharper. And the sharper our awareness becomes, the more we can drop into this space where we can have access to God. Or again, whatever word you feel most comfortable with. And maybe you don't have a word, it's more of just a feeling, an understanding. Let's walk towards the top of your space. Bring your feet to hip width or wider, and just come into ragdoll. Weave your fingertips between the elbow creases. And feel free to just sway or bob around. It's anything that's unrelated to this moment. Let it roll off your back. Let it drip off the top of your head. And just catch a glimpse of what presence is like. When we're present, that's when we can access this space, this sacred space. And go ahead, release. Interlace your fingers behind the back. If that's a tough grip, you can always just hook your thumbs, or you could grab for opposite elbow. And by way of the low back, release the hands to the hips. Turn the elbows up, and with a long spine, inhale up to stand. Exhale, release the arms, open the palms in this receptive mudra. Just feel your 2 feet on the ground, keeping you steady. Imagine the top of the head opening up, connecting you to infinite knowledge. Stretch the arms all the way up. Big breath in, reach. Exhale, hands down the midline through all the chakra points. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, stretch the chest and lengthen halfway. Reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale, step your right toes back and drop the right knee down. Stretch your arms to the sky, crescent moon. Again, connecting to your base first. It's really important to stay connected to the earth, to grounding, before we open up into the crown chakra. We don't want to get lost in the head. It's possible to have an overactive crown chakra. So we keep that connection to earth as we open up. Take a big breath. Exhale, hands to the ground, and step back to plank. Left foot meets the right. As you inhale, lower the knees down. Exhale, belly to the earth. Untuck the toes. And when you're ready, come into cobra and just spend a few breaths exploring cobra. You might have an urge to move or do a couple cobra flows. And when you're ready, lower down. Let's press up into tabletop. Inhale. As you exhale, lift your knees up. Downward facing dog. It's full, slow, deep breaths in and out. Stretch the right leg up towards the sky. Bend the knee and open it skyward. Feel the left heel drop and just focus your eyes for the moment. Focus the eyes as a means to still the mind. Let's step between your thumbs and drop the left knee down. Inhale, stretch your arms to the sky, crescent moon. And then let the weight of your pelvis drop towards the earth. With that connection to earth, we can rise up and extend towards the sky. Reach up with the crown chakra like you're open. You're reaching for more information, more knowledge. Exhale, hands to the ground. And step forward, top of your mat. Let's inhale, find a halfway lift. Crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, fold, and bring your peace fingers around your big toes. So you can bend the knees if you need here. Let the head go. Tip forward. And then inhale, find a halfway lift. Again, totally fine if your knees are bent. As you exhale, bend the elbows wide and fold. Shoulder blades widening out of the ears. Let's do it again. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow into yourself. Twice more with your breath. Now hold this next one down, just a few breaths. And so again, as I mentioned, meditation is the most efficient way to connect to crown chakra, but even just getting lost in movement where we can just get really spacious within our thoughts can be helpful. Maybe it's listening to a particular piece of music or looking at art or being with a certain person that helps you to access that space where we connect to God or our highest self. Let's bring the hands to the hips, turn the elbows up. Inhale, long spine, rise up. Exhale, release the arms, open the palms. Stretch the arms all the way up. Inhale, reach to the top of the head. Exhale, hands down through the midline, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, extend the chest halfway. And step your left toes back. Drop the left knee down. Inhale up to crescent moon. We've been here before. And exhale, hands to the earth or blocks, half splits, Ardha Hanuman. Let's take a moment to feel it out. In forward folds, our awareness is drawing inwards. It's an introspective shape. And so when we connect to the crown, we see that we don't have to ask other people for the answers. We can draw into ourselves and connect to that infinite knowledge, infinite wisdom. And just depending on your flexibility here, you might be able to make this an inversion, dropping the head below the heart, but while remaining very long through the spine. Last inhale and exhale. Inhale, Tugra lunge, lift the back knee up and step to plank. Knees up or knees down, we'll shift forward, come all the way down to the earth. Untuck your toes, find an inhale to access cobra, and slowly lower down. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, inhale, either through tabletop or plank. We'll meet back in downward facing dog. And just a full breath in and out. Go ahead, stretch the left leg up, bend the knee, and turn the thigh open. Just a few breaths here. Again, this is an inversion. Our focus is a little sharper as, again, we don't want to fall on the head, so we're paying a bit more attention. And step between the thumbs. Drop the right knee down. Inhale up to Anjaneyasana, reach. Exhale, hands to the earth or blocks, half splits. So just notice when we get lost in a particular thought pattern or a story, it's when we tend to cut off our connection to God. When we just start to find that space between our thoughts, again, you just access that space. It's just presence. It's awareness. Our original state. Going beyond attachment to the body, beyond attachment to the personality. We're bigger than that. Let's take another breath in and out. Inhale forward to your lunge. Lift the back knee up and step to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Feet hip width. Slide your hands underneath your feet so that your toes meet your wrist creases. Again, shift forward slightly. You can absolutely bend the knees here. If you can, find a halfway lift or the best you can. Long spine. Keep that length as you fold. Bend the elbows. Let's do it again. Inhale, halfway lift. Hips shifting slightly forward. Exhale and fold. One more like that. Inhale. And exhale. Just a few breaths here. Just noting that energetic difference between a forward fold and like a back bend. Our attention isn't going outward, it's going inward to find everything we need to know. And slowly release your hands. Bring them towards your hips. Turn the elbows up. And with a long spine, inhale up. Exhale, release the palms. Open them wide. Feel your 2 feet on the ground, your connection to the earth. Imagine the top of your head opening to receive wisdom, information, connection. Stretch the arms all the way up. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward down to the ground. Inhale, stretch the chest halfway. Exhale, your left foot steps back. Come up into your high crescent. So it's in this really still, quiet place that we can have access to this space. Now focus the eyes. Notice restlessness in the body, maybe the fingertips, the eyes, the mouth, and just become really still. This is the space where we can access crown chakra. Let's take a full breath in. Exhale, hands to the earth or blocks. Pyramid pose. Straighten the legs. So for most of us, again, if you need to use blocks, that's okay. This is an inversion. Just focusing the eyes, using the eyes as a means to still the mind. Let's take one more breath in and out. Let's come forward into your lunge and step to the top of your mat, Uttanasana. So from here, either grab onto your calves. You can grab onto opposite wrist or elbow, or if you want, bring your hands into the front of your shins and then extend the legs the best you can. So in this space, let's say it's kind of part of your mission right now to be like, what is my purpose? And I know a lot of us can get lost in that question, myself included. Now, in this space, we might not get a direct answer. It's more of this knowing that there is a purpose. You are relevant. You are part of the bigger picture. And that feeling of just belonging and feeling connected to everything it's worth so much. It can help us find what we're here to do. Slowly release your grip. Step your right toes back. And then find high crescent. Feel that your feet are hip width. Work the left hip crease back and feel your outer right hip wrap forward. It's returning to that space that is familiar, that is home, that is our original state. We didn't come into this world with a busy mind. with belief patterns that were detrimental to our health, physical and emotional. We came in with an open mind, a spacious mind. Let's find that laser sharp awareness where you're completely dropping into this moment as it is. Last breath in, exhale, hands to the ground, pyramid pose. You can use blocks or not. It's connecting to stillness, connecting to space, where there's just this inner knowing that I am part of everything. I'm not an accident. This isn't random. There is an intelligence at work. It's like there's seasons that happen one after another. We can count on them. When you plant a tomato seed, you get a tomato plant, not a lemon tree. There is an intelligence at work. Things make sense. Slowly inhale to your lunge. Step back to plank. As you inhale, shift forward, half or all the way, chaturanga. Inhale to your back bend, maybe upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in. As you exhale, step your right foot forward. Warrior one, drop the left heel down. Feet wider than heel to heel. Bring the hands to interlace behind the back. Again, either interlace the fingers, the thumbs, or grab for opposite elbow. Take a breath in, humble warrior. Bow to your inner right knee. See if you can let the head go. Hips shifting to the left, just a little more weight in your back heel. Just a couple more breaths. And by way of your low back, release the hands. Fingertips to the earth. Pop your back heel up. Standing splits. Left leg lifts. And you can for sure stay here. Or if you want to play around with just enhancing your focus, place the palms flat. And then lift your right heel up. Shoulders out of the ears. Shift your shoulders slightly past the wrists, melt the heart, and then lift your left leg higher. If you can, lift your right heel higher, shift your shoulders past your knuckle pads, melt the heart, left leg lifts. Lift your right heel a little higher, shift your shoulders past the finger pads, melt the heart, left leg lifts. Breathe here for 3. Last 2, step left foot back on 1, high plank, inhale. And chaturanga, exhale. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Relax the back of the neck, full breath in. Step your left foot forward, warrior one. So we're not doing a bunch of crazy poses, we're keeping it simple. It's in the craziness that we get lost in our connection to God. So we want to simplify things. It's coming back to this original spacious state. Let's bring the hands to interlace behind the back, maybe opposite thumb on top. Take a big breath in and then fold to your inner knee. See if you can lift your inner right arch up. Right knee is soft. Just a couple more breaths. By way of your low back, release your hands. Pop your back heel up and standing splits, right leg lifts. So a lot of hamstrings here today. You can stay here or plant the palms flat. Lift your left heel up and shift your shoulders slightly past the wrists. Melt the heart, right leg lifts. Lift your left heel higher, shift your shoulders past the knuckle pads, melt the heart, right leg lifts. Shift your shoulders forward slightly past the finger pads, melt the heart, right leg lifts. Breathe here for 3. Last 2. Step back to lunge on 1. High plank, chaturanga, or your way back to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and out. Step your right foot forward, left heel down for warrior 2. All right, find your long stance. Stretch the arms straight up like you're grabbing an imaginary pull-up bar. Shoulder blades draw down and wide. In slow motion, bring the elbows down and wide as well. And just feel this action of the neck being long. It's not compressed at all. Right arm forward, left arm back. And keep warrior 2 in the lower body. And just bring your fingertips right past the left corner of your mat. Fingertips down. And then see if you can relax the head. Keep working your right thigh bone back. As you inhale, find some length. Exhale, turn your right toes forward, prasarita, forward fold. And then walk your fingertips back behind you. So it's almost like you're in chaturanga with the arms. If you can, get the heels of the palms down. Bend your elbows, shoulders out of the ears like we just did in warrior 2. Crown of the head to the earth. And bring the palms forward, halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, turn your left toes to the back of your mat, warrior 2. And stretch the arms up, again, like you're grabbing your imaginary pull-up bar. Use your lats to bring the shoulder blades down. Slow motion, bend the elbows wide and down. Left arm forward, right arm back. Because I start to come to my Ujjayi pranayama. That brings me into a focused state. And then reach your fingertips right past the top right corner of your mat. Just walk them away from you. And then as you traction the spine, feel your left thigh bone pull back. Outer right hip wraps forward. Relax the crown of the head to the earth. Again, fresh blood stimulating the brain, pooling at the crown of the head. Let's inhale to find some length. Turn your left toes forward, prasarita. And either grab a hold of your calves or see if you can bring your peace fingers to your big toes and fold. Let's go ahead, inhale to find some length. Turn to your right toes and swing your right shin forward, half pigeon. Tuck the back toes, scoot the left leg back, and fold. And if you can, maybe getting your head below the heart. In this space, we just have that inner sense, that inner knowing that, yeah, I am connected to everything. Yes, I am not a mistake. There is a natural intelligence at play. My life makes sense. And it might not be something you can put into words. Let's take one more slow breath cycle. And come on up. And we'll just switch sides. You can sweep the left shin around if you need to go to down dog to switch sides. Certainly head that way. Let's take a fuller breath in and out. And start to come on up. Spill your hips to the left. Sweep your right leg out in front. Bend the left knee. And place your left foot outside of the right thigh. You can stay here or also bend your right knee and bring the heel next to the hip. Both hips on the earth. Wrap your right arm around your left knee, left fingertips behind you. Take a breath in, lengthen from the root to the crown. As you exhale, turn the chest. And still imagining that the top of your head is open. It's open to connecting to that source energy. Open to enlightenment, to knowing everything. I don't mean knowing all the information you could possibly know, but just having that knowledge that we are part of this God energy, this wisdom. It is the foundation of what we are. It's not separate from us. As you inhale, take your gaze forward, and exhale, untwist. Unwind your legs, left leg long. Place your right foot over the left thigh, and maybe you bend your left knee. And wrap left arm around the knee. And take a big breath in. Exhale, turn from the low ribs. And you can let your right hip pull back. The pelvis and the spine moving together. We connect to, again, just this pure source, God energy. It's a feeling that is of love. Connecting to ego is always fear-based. So we know that we're connected to God when we feel this just inner sense of love for ourselves, for each other. As you inhale, take your gaze forward. Exhale to untwist. Unwind your legs. Come onto your back. And then bring your knees wide, rock a little side to side. And either just keep your hands on the knees, you can wrap your arms behind the shins, you can come into happy babies. Just take a moment to ground. After a lot of that work of connecting to the crown, to spirit, to a lot of really heady ideas that are hard to wrap our heads around. We're going to set up for a short yoga nidra practice. Yoga nidra translates to yogic sleep or conscious sleeping. Again, we can disconnect from the body, from the personality, from all those things that get in the way of us connecting to our inherent nature. So when you're ready, extend your legs out. If you have a pillow nearby, see if you can bring a pillow or a bolster underneath your knees. Maybe a pillow under your head and perhaps something to cover your eyes. And just take this time to become still. Make any adjustments you need to on your back to find stillness. As you arrive, take a full breath in through the nose and just feel into your entire body. And as you exhale, feel the entire body drop down. Just feel your body lying on the earth in stillness. Feel the safety of this space where your body and your mind are cohabitating together. Feel that the body is becoming so heavy that it makes an imprint in the earth. And the earth holds the body and creates a cradle of support for the body. And as you move your awareness inside of the body, notice any sensations that you experience out of contraction. Notice if you feel any holding or gripping inside of the body, tension. And just have the intention to let go. Letting go of resistance. Letting go of your to-do list. Any responsibilities. Start to let go of your name, your age, what you do or don't do for a living. Let go of any roles that you fulfill, any labels that you subscribe to. It's letting go of all personal identifying factors. So again, you're just left with spaciousness and effortless awareness. Bring your attention to the natural flow of your breath and begin to count backwards from 12 on every exhale. 11 more effortless than 12. 10 more effortless than 11. Until eventually you reach 0 and you're able to witness complete and total peace and healing. It is in this deeply peaceful state that any and all healing can take place. Bring all of your awareness to the tips of your thumbs. Remain effortless and simply notice the tips of the thumbs. Tips of the index fingers, just sensing them. Tips of the middle fingers. Tips of the ring fingers. Tips of the pinky fingers. Just moving our awareness around the body. Sense the backs of your hands and the orbs of energy in the palms of your hands. Awareness of the wrists, forearms, elbows. Awareness of the upper arms, the shoulders, underarms, ribs. Feel the waistline, the hip points, thighs, knees, lower legs, ankles, tops of the feet, soles of the feet. Feel the big toes, the second toes, third toes, fourth toes, and fifth toes. Sense both of your legs together. Feel both of the arms together. Sense the right side of the body and the left side of the body. Feel the back plane of the body and the front plane of the body. And feel the whole body together. Feel your whole body in a state of effortless awareness. And watch these two streams of air traveling through both of your nostrils at the same time. Let's watch these two streams of air come in and out of the nostrils. And as you watch the air come in the nostrils, watch these two streams meet up in the middle of the brain, right behind the third eye, back in the middle of the brain. Begin to visualize here a still pool of water. This still pool of water represents the mind. Rest in this space of peace and healing. Just take a full breath in and exhale, sigh it out. And find some small movements in the fingers and the toes. It might feel intuitive to stretch the arms above the head. When the moment feels right, roll on to your right side, remaining connected to the spaciousness in the mind and the body. With the eyes still closed, press up to a seat. Collect the palms at the center of the heart and start to rub the palms into each other, generating some heat between the hands. And when the hands feel hot, lay them over your eyes and allow the eyes to receive the heat of your hands. Under the shelter of the hands, begin to open the eyes. And slide the palms to the heart. This space is your original state, is always available for you. May the merits of our practice be of benefit to all beings everywhere. And to you I bow. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for this journey through the chakras. I hope you enjoyed. And please subscribe to my channel. I have a lot of content coming out, and I'd love for you to stay updated. If you'd like to leave a donation, my information is in the movie notes. Let me know if you have any questions. Hope to see you soon.